So talk about some of the mistakes. In the book, Delivering Happiness, you say, look, we made a lot of mistakes along the way. What are those mistakes?
I would say probably the biggest category of mistakes is in hiring. If you add up the cost of our bad hires and the bad decisions they made, and then they in turn also hired more bad hires, and this whole domino effect over the past 11 years, it's probably cost the company well over $100 million. And that would otherwise just be cash in our balance sheet.
And so how do you hire well? What are the best practices?
We actually do 2 sets of interviews. The hiring manager and his or her team will interview for the standard stuff, fit within the team, relevant experience, technical ability, and so on. But then our HR department does a separate set of interviews purely for culture fit, and they have to pass both in order to be hired. So the difference is that we've actually passed on a lot of really smart, talented people that we know can make an immediate impact on our top or bottom line. But if they're not good for our culture, which is more of a long-term play, then we won't hire them. We're willing to sacrifice the short-term benefits for the long-term gains.
And is that something you would have done in the past? Did that lead to some of the mistakes you're talking about?
Oh yeah, my previous company, Link Exchange, we did that. We hired people that had the right skill sets and experiences, but weren't necessarily great for the company culture, and that's how the company culture just went completely downhill.
And how do you figure that out and basically have the guts to say, this would be a good candidate, we've been looking for a long time, but just culturally it's not the right person, even though we need somebody immediately? In every startup, in every growing company, you always feel like there's too much work to be done, and it's very tempting to just put almost any warm body that's semi-qualified into a position that needs to be filled. And that's part of the reason why we actually do the interviews separately. It's not one decision that's made by the hiring manager. It's a separate decision made by the HR department. So that kind of provides some checks and balances into there.